reason why it is called as a theoretical distribution or a probability distribution. Okay. Now, coming to the types of probability distribution, we have the two types. One is a discrete probability distribution and continuous probability distribution. Under the discrete probability distribution, we have two distributions. One is binomial distribution, another one is Poisson distribution. Now, coming to the continuous probability distribution, there we will be studying the normal distribution. So basically, we will be discussing about only the three distributions, that is binomial, Poisson, and normal distributions. Now, binomial distribution, binomial, it means it is two variables. We will be taking the two variables into the account. Like let us say, hope you are seeing the screen, P plus Q, right? These are the two we are taking to the power of n. The binomial expression will be written like this, P plus Q whole to the power of n. Here P is equal to the number of success, and Q is equal to number of failures. Okay. Or if you know the P, then 1 minus Q can be P, or Q is equal to 1 minus P. Either of the values, if you know, easily you can calculate the other value. So that's the reason why this is what you will be taking into the consideration. Now, we have a binomial expression which we are supposed to use. That is, usually we will take NCR, probability of P to the power of R, Q to the power of n minus R. This is the usually expansion. When we want to expand the binomial expression, then we will use this formula. Based on that, we will be working out. Now, like let us say, you might be knowing A plus B whole square, which is equal to A square plus 2AB plus B square. Now, if it is A plus B whole cube, which is equal to A cube plus 3A square B plus 3AB square plus B cube. That means, see, when power is 2, you have 3 terms. When power is 3, you have 4 terms. So, binomial expression can also have whatever may be the n. That means n plus 1 terms you will be able to get when you want to expand the terms. So that's the reason why this is the main. So what you have to do here, first thing is you have to, that P plus Q to the power of n, which is equal to NC0, P to the power of 0, Q to the power of n minus 0. This is your first term. Second term is NC1, P to the power of 1, Q to the power of n minus 1, and so on. The last term will be NCN, P to the power of n, Q to the power of n minus n, which is equal to 0. So this is how you are able to expand, and whichever the term, which term can be easily, you can note down and easily you can work it out. So now NC0 or NC1 supposed to be worked out. You are working out like this. Now NC1, or like let us, instead of NC1, I will write it as 4C1, P to the power of 1. So that means instead of P, I'll be writing it as 1 by 2. And again 1 by 2 to the power of 3, because 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So if I want to expand this NC1, 4C1 will be written as 4 factorial, 4 minus 1 factorial into 1 factorial. That is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 4 minus 1 is 3 factorial. 3 into 2 into 1 into 1. So this and this get cancelled. That means your coefficient is equal to 4. So this term, whatever you have expanded, the value of this term is equal to 4. And now the rest of the terms, if you take into the account, 4C1, 1 by 2 to the power of 1, 1 by 2 to the power of 3. So that means this is 4 into, we can write when bases are same, you can add the powers. That means 1 plus 3, which is equal to 4. That means 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So which is equal to 1 by 4 into 1 by 4, it is 1 by 16. So this you can write it as 4 into 1 by 16. That means which is equal to 1 by 4. This is your answer. For this complete term, the answer is equal to 1 by 4. So your expression supposed to be worked out like this and need to be worked out. Have you followed this? Now, if you have followed this, then we will move on to the next portion. Now, we have under the binomial expression, we are supposed to, your mean, usually mean will be denoted as x bar, but in the binomial expression, mean is denoted as NP. Now, the standard deviation is equal to root of NPQ. And your variance, the variance, we will call it as standard deviation square is equal to NPQ. So, under the binomial expression, we can easily calculate the mean, standard deviation, and variance using these formulas as a base. Okay, so let us see the problems, how it is to be worked out under the binomial distribution. So now, let us move on to the Could you see the screen? Could you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Find the binomial distribution where mean is equal to 6 and variance is equal to 4. So mean, which is nothing but NP, which is equal to 6. That is NP is equal to 6. This is the first equation. The variance NPQ, which is equal to 4. This is the second equation. So we are dividing the second equation by first equation, that is NPQ divided by NP, which is equal to 4 divided by 6. So which is 2 by 3. That means your Q is equal to 2 by 3. Then P we will be calculating as 1 minus Q, that is 1 minus 2 by 3, which is equal to 1 by 3. Now NP, P we know, that is P is equal to 1 by 3. So we want to know what is N. So we are substituting in the place of NP, the P value we are substituting so that we can calculate the N value. So the N value here we have taken as N is equal to 6 into 3, that is N is equal to 18. So when we want to put it in the binomial expression, that is P plus Q whole to the power of N, which is equal to 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3 to the power of 18. So P value is 1 by 3, Q is equal to 2 by 3, that is substituted in the place of P and Q, and N is equal to 18. So we have written as P plus Q to the power of N. So this is how you have to write down when it is given, when he is asking us to calculate the binomial distribution. Now coming to the second question, where for a binomial distribution, the mean is 4 and the variance is 2. Find the probability of getting at least 2 success. At least 2 success means it should be more than 2. 2, 3, 4, 5 like that it can be. But it cannot be less than 2. That means P0 and P1 cannot be taken into the account. That's the reason why we are deducting 1 minus P of 0 plus P of 1. So now first let us calculate what is P, what is Q, and what is N, so that easily we can substitute in that equation and we can work it out. Now mean is equal to NP, which is equal to 4. Variance is equal to NPQ, which is equal to 2. So dividing the second equation by first equation, it is NPQ divided by NP, which is equal to 2 by 4. So that means your Q is equal to half. When Q is equal to half, then P is equal to 1 minus Q. That is 1 minus 1 by 2. That means your P is also equal to half and your Q is also equal to half. Now what is N? NP is equal to 4, N is equal to 8. So you got N value, you got P value, you got Q value. So now your R is equal to 0 and 1, which we are supposed to calculate. So we have to put it in the form of equation, that is NCR P to the power of R, Q to the power of N minus R. This is the equation in which we are supposed to work it out. So let us move on to the working. See, here we have taken the working as P of R is equal to NCR, P to the power of R, Q to the power of N minus R. So P of 0, that means your R is equal to 0. When R is equal to 0, that means your 8C0, 1 by 2 to the power of 0, 1 by 2 to the power of 8 minus 0. So 8C0, I told you already how to calculate NCR. That is 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 0 factorial into 0 factorial. 0 factorial is equal to 1. 8 minus 0 is 8 factorial. Top also you have 8 factorial. Put together it is 1. That's the reason why the coefficient have taken as 1. 1 by 2 to the power of 0. Anything to the power of 0 is always equal to 1. So I've taken the 1. And 1 by 2 to the power of 8. So 1 by 2 to the power of 8. That means 2 should be multiplied 8 times. So 2 into 2 into 2, 2 into 2 into 2, and 2 into 2 into 2. So how much you are getting? If it is 2 into 2, 4, 4 twos are 8, 8 twos are 16, 16 twos are 32, 32 twos are 64, 64 twos are 128, 128 twos are 256. So total 2, if it is multiplied 8 times, you will get 256. So the answer is equal to 1 by 256. Now P of 1 is calculated as 8C1, half to the power of 1 and half to the power of 8 minus 1 is 7. So when bases are same, we can add the powers. 1 plus 7 is always equal to 8. That means it is 256. 8C1, 8 is a factorial. 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 1, 7 factorial into 1 factorial. So automatically you will get only the answer as 8. 8 divided by 256. Here 1 divided by 256 and 8 divided by 256, which I have taken in the equation as 1 minus 0, P of 0 and P of 1. So in that place I have substituted the values. So 1 minus 1 by 256 plus 8 by 256, it is 9 by 256. So 256 minus 9 divided by 256, it is 247 by 256. Which is equal to 0.965. This is how you are supposed to work out in the binomial expression. So this is the second problem which we have worked out. Let us move on to fit a binomial distribution. Let us move on to that. Fitting a binomial distribution. Now this is what fitting a binomial distribution to the following data. He gave you the x value and f value. Taking this as a base, we need to work out. Now, your n is equal to 5 because your x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means only 5 times that whatever may be the coin which was tossed, that is your small n is equal to 5. The big N is equal to your sigma f. That means your total of frequency. That is 10 plus 10 plus 30 plus 25 plus 15 plus 10, which always equal to 100. So N is equal to 100. And we are assuming because when you toss a coin, it will be 50-50 chances. So P is equal to half and Q is equal to half. So we are calculating when R is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What could be the values? So we have taken the R values are like this. And the top we have taken the capital N, multiply with NCR, P to the power of R, Q to the power of N minus R. So in this place, we have substituted the values so that we can able to get your expected frequencies. Now your capital N is equal to 100. We have substituted. Small n is equal to 5, C 0, half to the power of 0 and half to the power of 5 minus 0, which is equal to 5. So 2 should be multiplied 5 times. That means which is equal to 32. So 5C0 is 1. So 100 divided by your 32, which is to be taken into the account. That is your first expected frequency. You can as well calculate the decimal here, or you can, as t's can be retained, that is 100 by 32. So 100 by 32 you can retain as it is, or you can divide 100 by 32, and whatever the value you are getting, that value you can take into the account. In the same manner, you have to calculate when r is equal to 1. That means 5C1, 1 divided by 2 to the power of 1, 1 divided by 2 to the power of 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4. So almost if it is the p value and q value is the same, in such cases, the numerator, the powers, more or less, it will be equal to n. So that is the reason why in all places you will be able to get that denominator is equal to 32. And you have to expand only 5C1, 5C2, 5C3, 5C5 and 5C4. These are the things which you have to expand, and you have to write down those values. So I've taken those values as 100 into 5 into 32, that is 500 by 32, which is I'm getting. So all this need to be worked out, because I have not taken the decimal values. So straight away, whatever the values I gave, I have been worked out like this, and I'm getting your expected frequencies total n is also equal to 100. So you have to work out the expected frequencies, and the total is always equal to 100. That is the cross verification which you can do it. For this, we have a Pascal's triangle. Hope you have remembered the Pascal's triangle is being worked out like this: 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Like this. This is called as a Pascal's triangle. But the power, if it is very less, you can make use of this triangle, and you can able to know the coefficients of that. Here, when the expected frequencies were taken, we have taken this as a base and we can work it out. But if the power is equal to 180, 200, in such cases, working with the Pascal triangle becomes a tedious job. That's the reason why what you have to do is you have to work out based on the equation which is given to us. The equation which is given to us is, always remember, it is n into NCR p to the power of r q to the power of n minus r. This is the equation. We have to remember this formula and need to be worked out like this. Have you followed? Have you followed? Shall I move on to the Poisson distribution? Okay, then I'll move on to the Poisson distribution. Now coming to the Poisson distribution, see, till now we have studied only the success into the account. We have taken only the whatever the result, which is positive, have taken into the account. But Poisson distribution is a distribution where we are studying relating to the accidents. Number of accidents occurred taking a particular road as a base, or the number of mistakes which took place in the printing of a page, or a textbook, or a project, or a research. So automatically a number of accidents or a number of defective products which are being manufactured, number of the errors taking these into the account, we would like to make a study. So based on that, we will be using the Poisson distribution. So this is also a discrete variable which we will take into the account. Based on that, this is a formula which we always take into the account. The formula is P of R is equal to e to the power of minus m to the power of r divided by r factorial. Here, the mean is always equal to m. In the binomial distribution, mean is equal to np, whereas in the Poisson distribution, mean is equal to m. And always remember, yesterday I have sent you the table to calculate the values of e to the power of minus m. When you calculated the mean value, e to the power of mean value, if you have taken into the account those values, if it is given in the problem, there is no absolutely problem, so that you can easily work it out. If in the question it doesn't state, then you have to locate in the table. You have to take into the account so that you can able to see and you can able to work it out. Now, I have taken a problem where E value was given in the problem itself like this. See, in a town, 10 accidents took place in 50 days. Assuming that number of accidents per day follows Poisson distribution, find the probability that there will be at least 3 accidents per day. Given e to the power of minus 0.2 is equal to 0.8187. So here the e value was given in the problem itself. Then you need not follow the table value. Straight away you can work it out. So now probability of accidents is, that is, there are 10 accidents in a town took place in 50 days. So out of 50 days, 10 accidents were taken place. So 10 divided by 50, which is 0.2. That means your mean is equal to 0.2. And your total n is equal to 50, that is 50 days. So here your NP or M is equal to 0.2. M is equal to 0.2 and R is at least 3 accidents, he says. It can be more than 3, but it cannot be less than 3. So it's a reason why R is equal to 3 we have taken. Now P of R is equal to e to the power of minus m into m to the power of r divided by r factorial. So in the place of r, we have substituted as 3 and e to the power of minus 0.2 because mean my m is equal to 0.2 and e to the power of minus m, it will be written as e to the power of minus 0.2 into m. M is equal to 0.2, r is equal to 3. So we have substituted those values. We got it as 0.2 to the power of 3 divided by 3 factorial. Now, the value e to the power of minus 0.2 he gave you in the problem as 0.8187. As it is, we have taken that value into 0.2 to the power of 3. That means 0.2 into 0.2 into 0.2, which is equal to 0.008. And divided by 3 factorial can be written as 3 into 2 into 1. That means which is equal to 6. So when we work out, we are getting the answer as 0.0010916. So this is how you are supposed to work out if a problem was given like this. Now, when he want to fit a Poisson distribution, then we have to take the problem in this manner. Now, this is how the problem which is given to us. In a book, the following mistakes per page were observed. So the observed frequencies were given. Number of mistakes is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number of pages, which you can take it as a frequency as 2, 11, 90, 19, 5, and 0. Fit a Poisson distribution and e to the power of minus 0.44, which is equal to 0.644. The value of e to the power of m was given in the problem. In such case, table value is not necessary. If not, a table value is necessary. So now your x is given, f is given. We are multiplying f into x because we want to calculate what is mean. So when we want to calculate the mean is equal to sigma fx divided by sigma f or n. So sigma fx means x into f. You have to calculate the product of x into f. That is 0 into 211 is 0. 1 into 90 is 90. 2 into 19 is 38. 3 into 5 is 15. 4 into 0 is 0. So when you add, you are getting sigma fx is equal to 143 and the total of frequency is equal to 325. So which is equal to 143 divided by 325 and your mean is equal to 0.44. When m is equal to 0.44, then e to the power of minus m, which is equal to 0.44, which the value was given as 0.644. So once we got this, we are supposed to work out the expected frequencies. When we want to calculate the expected frequencies, what we have to do, we have to take the formula as n into P0. So that is n is equal to 325 and P0 is equal to 0.644. When we multiply this, we are getting 209.3. Now NP1, which is equal to NP0 already calculated into m, if you take, that is 209.3 into 0.44, you are getting the value as 92.09. Now NP2 is NP1 into m divided by 2. If you work it out, you are getting it as 92.09 into 0.44 divided by 2. And the answer is equal to 20.26. NP3 is equal to n into P2 into m to the power of m divided by 3. 20.26 into 0.44 divided by 3. And you are getting the answer as 2.97. Now NP4 is equal to NP3 into m divided by 4, which is 2.97 into 0.44 divided by 4, which is equal to 0.32. So these are the values which are expected. Earlier they gave you observed frequencies. Now we have to calculate the expected frequencies. So I have calculated the expected frequencies. So x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then f is equal to 209.3, 92.09, 20.26, 2.97, 0.32, which we have calculated based on this. This is how fitting the Poisson distribution supposed to be worked out. So this is how you have to work out. So up to the discrete probability distribution, under that binomial and Poisson we worked out. Now let us move on to the normal distribution. So the normal distribution, if you take into the account, what is the normal distribution? Let us see. Now the normal distribution is, this is how a curve has been drawn, which is looking like a bell-shaped curve, which is asymmetrical. That means any distribution, if it is given to us, making use of the distribution, you have to plot it on a graph and it is equally distributed on both the sides. Then it is called as a normal curve. And here at this level, at this point, your mean is equal to median, which is equal to mode. And they say this is equal to median. And here the area, this is equal to 0.5 and this the area is equal to 0.5. That is equally distributed. That's the reason why it is called 0.5 and 0.5. When you want to calculate the normal distribution, that is equal to Z, that is your x minus x bar divided by the standard deviation. This is a formula which we apply to calculate the Z value. Once the Z value has been calculated, already I've sent the table value. We have to locate the area of a normal curve in that table value. And that area need to be located here. That this is how you have to work it out, taking the normal distribution into the account. So let us take the problem and work out under the normal distribution. So the first, let us take the problem here. He has given us the problem as Okay. See, now now the area, your x bar is equal to x bar. He has to give us the x bar is equal to mean is equal to, yeah, x bar is equal to 85. Your standard deviation is equal to 5. Your okay, and n is equal to 1200, and he gave us x is equal to 95. So when this is given, when we want to calculate the z is equal to x minus x bar divided by standard deviation. Your x is equal to 95, x bar is equal to 85, standard deviation is equal to 5. So that means it is 10 by 5, which is equal to 2. That means your z is equal to 2. So now what we have to do is we have to locate the area under the normal curve. So we have to use the table value, and the table value we have to work it out. So this z is equal to 2. This is z is equal to 2. So z is equal to 2. Now what is the area under the normal curve? This is your mean, which is equal to 85. And he says, now exceeding 95. That means this is the area, the shaded region. We want to know what is this area. So this is the area which is known to us. That means when z is equal to 2, he says we have to locate the z value in the table. Can you anyone locate? I have sent already the table value to you. Can you locate the table value? It is 2. 2.0 under 0, it is 0. That means this value is 0.4772. 4772. That means the total area, this is 0.5, this is also 0.5 minus 0.4772. That means the shaded region which we are supposed to get the value, that you can able to take like this, which is equal to 0.5 minus 0.4772. What is that value? You are getting 0.5 minus, that means it is 8, it is 2 to 0.0. So it is 0.0228 is the value which is you are getting here. And he says n is equal to 1200. So that we will be working out. So let us work out here. So I'll be working out, that is your n into 0.0228. So which is 1200 into 0.0228. How much it is the value which you are getting? Can anyone say? What is the value you are getting here? So 1200
27.36.
Amma?
27.36.
So it is 27 constables. I think they gave you relating to the constables. So 27 constables have the chest measurement exceeding 95 centimeters. That means this one. This is exceeding 95. This is what they have. Only 27 people have more than 95 measurement of chest. So this is what we are supposed to work out relating to the normal distribution. This is one way of working out. And another way we are supposed to work out. Now, let us take one more problem. Now, in a normal distribution, they say 7% of items are below 35 and 11% of items were above 63. What are the mean? We have to calculate what is the mean value and you have to calculate what is the standard value. That means earlier they used to give us the mean, they used to give us the standard deviation and X value. We used to calculate the Z value and locating in the table the value, the area of normal. But now they have not given those values. So if we draw a normal curve like this, and we don't know what is the mean. Mean is not known to us. Okay. So, but he says 35. See, if it is 0 to 50, if you think, so 35 will be somewhere here. This is your 35, right? Which is below 35 is 7%. This is your 7%. That means this is 43%, right? Now, and 63. So around 63 is this side. So that means above 63 is 11%. That means this is 39%. So now what we have to do here is, when we think that your X is equal to 35 and the another X1 is equal to 35, X2 is equal to 63, that means we have to locate the Z value relating to this areas, right? So we need to work out this areas into the account. Are you following?
Yes,
Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So let us work out here. Now, like let us say, now the Z value we have to calculate the area between your X bar to 35 is equal to, that means we need to know what is the Z value for this. That means we have to locate in the table value. Now here, this is the area is equal to 0.43, 43%. That means divided by 43 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.43. We have to locate in the table what is the Z value. In the same manner, now your mean, between the mean and 63, your Z value is equal to, that is the area is equal to 0.39. So we need to work out what is the Z value. So let us work out your Z1 is equal to 35 minus X bar divided by the standard deviation. So if Z value we know, Z value by seeing in the table, we got it as 1.48. Standard deviation is equal to 35 minus X bar. This is the first equation. The second equation is equal to, it is 1.23 standard deviation is equal to 63 minus X bar. This is the second equation. We got two equations like this. So taking these two equations as a base, we have to work out the problem. So let us take the equations, two equations into the account. So now 1.48 standard deviation is equal to 35 minus X bar. And 1.23 standard deviation is equal to 63 minus X bar. Now we will deduct one equation from the other so that we can able to get the values. So now here X bar and X bar get cancelled. 35 minus 63, that means minus 8, 43, 20. So it is minus 28. Now 1.48 minus Nana, this value is minus, Nana, minus 1.48 and minus 1.3. That means it is minus 2.71. 2.71 standard deviation. So standard deviation is equal to minus of minus becomes plus, which is 2.71. Work out and tell me what is this value. What is the standard deviation value? What is the standard deviation value? So this becomes plus, minus of minus becomes plus 28 divided by 2.71. 28 divided by 2.71. What is this value? Comes to, which is equal to 10.33. Are you getting the same value? Then substitute 1.48 standard deviation is equal to 35 minus x bar. So instead of 1.48 into 10.33 is equal to 35 minus x bar. So now x bar, if you take here, now this value comes to how much? 1.48 into 10.33. So your x bar is equal to 35 minus, I think it is almost 15.3. So
15.29, ma'am.
it is the plus because it is a minus sign. So which is equal to x bar is equal to 50.3. 50.3 is your x bar. So we got standard deviation is equal to 10 and x bar is equal to 50.3. So when mean and standard deviation were given, we are supposed to work out what is the area of normal curve. And when areas are given, then we are supposed to work out what is the mean, what is the standard deviation. This is how we are supposed to work out. This is under the normal distribution. Always remember, draw the graph. Graph is the normal curve supposed to be drawn. What is being asked that need to be located, shown in the graph. And the table value is the must. You have to locate the table value. If Z value is calculated, what is the area under the normal curve, you have to work out. If the area was given, then you have to locate what is the Z value. This is based on the normal. That is, whatever the table values were given, it is to be worked out like this. So this is how a normal distribution supposed to be worked out. So an equation, if it is given, you have to work out like this. And if equation were not given, need to be worked out like that. So this is how a normal distribution has to be worked out. Amma, any doubts you have? Do you have any doubts? Now with this, we have completed the total portion, whatever you have according to your syllabus. So now let us discuss. Someone yesterday, they asked me about the important questions which can be expected from the problems. Nana, shall I start with important questions? Or any doubts you have to discuss? Anyone? Do you have a doubts to discuss? No? Anyway, shall I rub this one? Okay. If you doesn't have a doubts, that means you didn't follow anything. If you have doubts, then automatically you may have, you have followed something. Fine. Anyway, now you have block 1. Nana, in the block 1, you have correlation chapter and you also have a regression, right? Yes or no? In the block 1, you have correlation and regression.
No, ma'am. Only correlation, methods of studying correlation 1, 2.
Okay, that means you have completely only the regression chapter. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
That means you can expect one theory question. Theory question can be short and essay also. Right? That is, you have one unit there. The second unit, you have problems. The problems relating to the Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Right? And probable error. Based on that, you will get one question. The third unit is about the rank correlation and concurrent deviation, right? You have this. Then in block 1, so you can expect theory as well as problems. So problems will be depending on your Carl Pearson's and the rank correlation. Concurrent deviation you can expect for a short note, not for the essay. Whereas the rank correlation and the Carl Pearson's you can expect for essay, problem, and one theory also you can expect. Is that clear? Coming to the block 1. Yes. Shall I move on to the block 2? Yes. Okay. Now, coming to the block 2, Nana, what are the units you have under block 2? Regression. You have regression. Next. How many units you have in the block 2? Hello?
Regression analysis, regression equation, analysis of time series, measurement of trend.
Okay. Time series is also there. And measurement of trend you have, right? Right. That means, Nana, regression equations, you can expect the problem, Nana. You can expect the problem. Short problems also you can expect, and a long problem also you can expect. Regression, from regression you can expect one question. And time series you can expect up to method of least square. Method of least square is very important. The semi-averages method, the freehand curve, and those two you can expect for short. Whereas moving averages and method of least square can be expected for essay. Regression equation can be expected for essay. And your under the time analysis, time series analysis, you can expect the moving average and the method of least square can be expected for your essay. Okay. The next coming to the measurement trend, and you told me only one method you have, so you can expect a theory question from this. The measurement of trend and a simple average method, that is simple problem that may be given, may not be given, but theory can be expected relating to the measurement of trend. Is it okay? So component of time series, that is the secular trend. The secular trend is always denoted as T, right? The secular trend is T, the cyclic variation and the seasonal variation and irregular variation. This is your multiplicative model, addition model. This is very, very important. They may ask you for component of time series. So you have to explain what is secular trend, what is cyclic variation, seasonal variation, and irregular variation. All this 4 is very, very important. So this you can expect from block 2. Right? So tell me what are there under block 3. Block 3 consisting of index numbers.
Index numbers, construction of index numbers, construction of weighted index number, cost of living index number.
So Nana, one is the Fisher's ideal index number and satisfying the factor reversal test and time reversal test. This is very, very important. You can expect a question from this. The second, this is a problem. Okay. The second, the cost of living index problem you can expect. Third, the chain based index that also can be expected. These are the splicing, backward shifting, forward shifting. Fixed base index can be given for the short note. The construct the fixed base is short note. There are simple problems like a simple aggregative method, all that. Those are simple methods which can be asked for a short note. And essay is this, the Fisher's ideal index, factor reversal test, and time reversal test. This is very important. You can expect a question. Then cost of living index, from there also you can expect a question. These are the problems which you can expect. Now coming to the theory, the problems in constructing the index numbers, that can be or the utility or the importance of index number, limitations of index numbers, that you can expect from block 3. Define index numbers and explain the importance and limitations of index number. That is first question. That can be expected as a theory. Next, what are the problems in constructing the index numbers? That can be the second question. 2 questions, theory questions, which you can expect. Apart from that, you have so many methods you have. Out of the method, these 2 methods are very, very important. None of the cost of living index number, there they may ask you the family budget method, or they may ask you the aggregative method. So aggregative expenditure method or a family budget method, any method can be asked. So that is cost of living index or a consumer living index, supposed to be worked out like this. And the rest is simple. Once you know how to work out, that any problem can be worked out. But mainly you can focus on this. And afterwards, don't tell me anything, because I feel these are important. I'm not the examiner. Who is the examiner may not give you this, may give you something else also. It all depends upon the examiner, how he feel it. But mostly the questions will be on this. So chain-based index is also important. So this is from block 3. Now coming to the block 4. The block 4 is the probability, right? In the probability, you have theory, that is, the concepts are there. On that, you can expect the theory, and approaches is also for a theory, you can able to say, and a simple problems which can be expected taking your probability as a base. These are the 3 areas which you have to focus. This is relating to the probability, the 4th chapter. Okay. Now, coming to the last chapter, that is the theoretical distribution, 5th unit. So, you can expect binomial is 1, Poisson is another, and a normal. These are the 3 very, very important. You can expect. Nana, theory question, you can say properties of normal distribution, test to know the normal distribution. So these are how to fit a normal distribution. or how to fit a binomial distribution, or how to fit a Poisson distribution. These questions you can expect as a theory questions. And the problems you can expect binomial, Poisson, and normal is very, very important. Those problems. If you want to focus on problems, please focus on problems. Theory is also important and problems are also important. So basically, these are the three important areas which you have to focus. This is the block 5, right? So important questions which are expected, I have told you, right? Again, writing down and sending to you, it becomes a big task for me. Hopefully you might have noted all this. Yes, followed, understood. Any doubts? Any doubts you have? Do you have any doubts? Everyone has followed. Today is very less strength. Someone has. Amma, which formula should be considered or used? Like, can you express Nausheen Khan? Can you express what is that you mean to say? Which formula should be used for what?
Actually, correlation it is there, Carl Pearson's. In that we have arithmetic mean and some other formula also. So how can we consider that we should use this or that?
Nana, one thing you have to remember is there are so many methods. You can use any method provided in the question paper was not specifically mentioned this method to be followed. If it is not mentioned, you can use any method of your easy or choice. But if it is mentioned, we have to work out based on that only. So what you have to do is you should be perfect in all the methods. But when you're working, see the question, accordingly you have to work out. In the question, they have not mentioned any method. Then it is choice. The choice is given to you. You can use any formula which you are comfortable and you can work it out. But if specifically it is mentioned, you have to work out only that. But the Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient, we have 3 formulas. The 3 formulas, one is actual mean we have taken into the account, or assumed mean was taken into the account, and without taking mean or actual mean or assumed mean, we have worked out. So 3 methods are there. You can work it out in any of the methods, but be perfect in all the methods. Is that clear?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Any other questions? That means people doesn't have a question at all. They are not listening properly. Are they able to listen properly? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Anything else to discuss, Nana? Visala?
Ma'am, thank you for sending important questions.
Yeah. So, shall I leave?
Okay, ma'am.
Right, Ma. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you,
Prepare
ma'am.
well
Thank you
and
so
write
much.
the
Thank
exam.
you, ma'am.
So all of you, all the best, Rana.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Thank you. I'm leaving.